And I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone out. Okay, all right, it's 3:01. Welcome everyone that are on live, and I have a chat up going on right now. Oops, sorry, I forgot to mute myself. That's okay, you don't have to feel sorry. I'm gonna mute everyone out. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute all for first, but you will all have a chance to talk in a minute here. All right, so those who are watching or streaming on the live, feel free also to put, hi Brad. And Brad, you can come onto the Zoom if you wish. There's a link on the event. So if this is new to you, you'll be in for a treat. A little introduction, myself. My name is Hue Anh. I've been in healing, well, for over 20 years. I am Vietnamese, Australian, Vietnamese born, Australian by heart, and I'm just recently new to be an American, even though I have been here for over 20 years. Yeah, I have almost 20 years in this country. So since the change of our government system, I thought I better get my citizenship in order, which I did. I filled out my application on the date of the election. So I am no longer an alien. You can see I have no horns. Welcome to this wonderful group healing. And I have to give thanks to Malaya to make this possible. So she had a first session with me with a group, Startup by Faith. In 24 hours, this young gal gathered 10 people for me to do a healing. I said, if you can't afford $500, why don't you get 10 people together and I'll do it. So she did for $50 a piece. They all have their money back already, all the people that started beginning of this month. So excited. So this is our fourth of the running of the money clearing. I love the study of the spirit of money, and it's amazing the relationship to our money, how it's affected our relationship to our health, our relationship to our partners as well. So it's fascinating the more I study about the money. And yes, I've been manifesting like crazy this month. So it's crazy and wild. I don't normally share how much I make, etc., but I'm going to hit my first 10K. So it's really exciting. Some of my clients are hitting like, that I've been working with, $60,000 within like, I think 41,000 within 3 days of working and getting all this project in order. And to date, it's like $60,000, $70,000. I have people who have like $3,000 suddenly showed up. I have people who had money just put in their bank by their relative after the session. So it's crazy and wild. So you don't know what to expect. And as we are going through releasing some of these emotions that you hold on to about money, belief, whether it's your ancestor or your parents or adults you growing up, we store in our conscious system. Sometimes we store in pain form. Sometimes we store that blocking in our relationship. Other time we have different discomfort showing up in our body. So if you are watching, I will give a little warning. All are good. Whatever is coming up for you is perfectly healthy, perfectly good, even though it sounds bad, but it's good, if that makes sense. I had a bunch of people that, I shouldn't say bunch of people, wonderful people that I'm going to do some clearing for as they're going to get this recording. Some of them are not going to be live on here, but they will listen. And as you are on here for now, just take a moment, just take 3 nice deep breaths right now. And just noticing your breath in and out. And just become aware of what's happening right now. And for everyone who are watching live as well, just become aware what's happening with your body at this moment. Your body have a typical speak to me. They'll tell me, oh, my head hurts, or I feel tingly all over, or I feel heavy in my chest, or oh, my back just suddenly feels different. So whatever that is, it's okay. It's just trying to communicate with me. And whether you are watching the replay, this is as powerful as is live. The moment I open my mouth, energy starts flowing. And the first part, I'm going to do a little clearing on these people. I'm going to read the name and the emotion that came up to be released. And as you are participant, as you are watching, I like for you, when you hear these emotions that are released for these individuals, you have to be thankful for them, because I'm bringing this up. And those who are showing up, you can say to yourself, when in my life did I feel this emotion? I'm ready to release it too. That's all you have to say. And as I'm releasing and clearing it, you're getting those clearing as well. And the second part of it, I'll do a little bit more clearing. We'll invite, I'll get Sarah or someone to see who's on, and we'll pick a person to do some work on. Knowing that whoever we have a chance to work with me one-on-one on here, doing clearing some stuff, all of us will benefit big and greatly. And third part of the session, we'll go through and clearing some of the old mindset that you have. Think about ways that your parents, your other adults in your life talk about money and what you hear coming up. So those who can text and type on the, whether it's on the live text, type in there some of the things that you hear about money coming up. And trust me, I probably have heard them all, but there may be some interesting ones that I haven't heard about money. So type it away onto, in the chat box below, there's a little button. You can put chat and then type it away, that some of those as I'm doing them. And those people that, oh, okay, there is a link. You have to go, somebody can help Bradley out. There is a link on event. So you have to find the event in the group. If you're on the live in the group, there is an event. So let's go ahead and just really connecting with your heart center right now, as I'm going to go ahead and release some of these emotions for some of these people I have enrolled ahead of time. And like I said, as you hear these emotions that's coming up, remembering when was the time that I felt this way, I'm open to releasing it too. That's all you have to say as I'm releasing these emotions. So the first part, I have Christine for herself, releasing low self-esteem from age 13, releasing unworthy at age 14, releasing anxiety at age 10. For that, I'm releasing, no longer serving her in any way or form, replacing that with love and light. And Aiden, releasing the emotion of terror, fear, and worry. Terror from age 5, fear from age 13, and worry from age 20. And again, any of these emotions that bring about that you may have experienced in the past, let it be gone, release from your body. Wherever it's storing right now, we're allowing it to release into the light and letting that go. And then I have Sarah T. The emotion that's coming up to be released was unworthy, horror. Unworthy at age 13, horror experience age 13, resentment at age 16, letting that, any of those emotions that you've heard in the past, experienced in the past, let it all be gone, release from your system, wherever you're holding it in your space right now. Take a 3 nice deep breath into that area and letting that go. Good. And then for Tracy. For Tracy, the emotions of horror from age 10, anxiety age 10, letting that go. And Kimmy, releasing feeling of unsupported frustration and feeling lost. Remembering whenever you have experienced these emotions in the past, of feeling unsupported, frustrated, and lost in any way or form, anytime there and beyond, allowing to let go. 3 nice deep breath in, breathing in, letting go. 1, 2, 3. And Debbie, this is Tracy's friend. Debbie, releasing fear, rejection, and worry. Releasing fear, rejection, and worry. Any of those emotions that came to mind that you ever felt in the past. Breathing in, letting go, send it to the light, and fill your heart with love and peace. Nice deep breath in and out. Good. Well, that's first part. Okay, so let me open up the unmute all, see how checking with you, how you are feeling. Don't all speak at once. Thoughts, feelings. Raise your hands. You want to speak? Say hi. What that was for you. What's coming up? Concha, Stephanie, Christine, Robert, Sarah. Thoughts, feeling, flashback. And the people on the live, thoughts, feeling, feel free to put in the text box how you're feeling at this time.
Well, this is Sarah. I would just say that, it's always interesting. You hit that 15, 16 and a couple times, and we've talked about it, and there does seem to be dregs and tendrils, as I like to call it, because I obviously haven't cleared all of it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, there's another Sarah too, Sarah T. Wonderful, wonderful. Hello, hi, Krasita. So for those people who are watching on live, feel free to join as well. So Sarah, do me a favor. All the names that are currently right now on the Zoom, if you noted all the names for me, pick a name for me, just like you do that. While I talk about how to make statements. Okay, so while you are sorting that out and raise the name for me, I'm gonna bring that person live. Okay, so the first part is like how we use statements about money and how that affects us. So the more I get to learn about the spirit of money and the language is very fascinating. And I've been studying with Access Conscious about money. And they wrote this beautiful article, a way that we use statements. For example, oh my gosh, yesterday I messaged somebody and shared this with her. Hey, there's a free group healing. Would you like to join us? The first thing that came to mind, if this costs money, I can't afford it because everyone ever come and think that they rob me of my money. My son is a pastor. I can't afford it. She seemed very young, but like this whole list of why she couldn't afford it. I said, hey, this is absolutely free. Do you want to join? Feel free to join. So some be careful, be mindful of our language. Some people say, oh, if I have to spend all my money, I won't have any left. And some will say, I don't have any. So instead of some of those words, you could use, instead of I don't have the money, I will create it or I'll figure out how. And sometimes say, hey, you know what? This is not my priority right now. So that way is see the language different, where you use the word I can't afford it versus like, it's not my priority right now. So think of some of the language that we use. So it's very important. And think of questions, very important question about money you can ask yourself. Think of like, what can I add to my life today that will generate lots of money now and the future? People often think, oh, where I'm going to find this money. You can't find money. You have to create them. So one of the statements that you can wake up every single day is like, I love to create. What can I create today? So like putting some enthusiasm to it. I remember coming from a place of having a lot of money. I grew up with nannies. I grew up with luxury. I grew up with everything at hand. For someone who lives in a war zone, we have everything at hand. But my mom was willing to let go of everything and start all over. And yes, we start all over with nothing. So she created everything from nothing. So knowing that creations, you can learn to create from nothing. So it's very important to think about. And something I learned from The Secret and many others was every time some people think they find a dime or a penny on the ground, they think it's dirty, they want to pick it up. For me, I get excited. Whether it's a penny or a dime, I will say, more money for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. So my kids know the drill really well. Here she goes, here she goes. And we'll do that. And I had a lady in New York. So one of the ways that she used to create more money was instead of grabbing the cab, she will hold her money up like this and shout out for a cab. And every time she finds money or found it to show up, she said, this is a statement, use this one. How does this even get better than this? How does it get better than this? So, or you can use a statement, more money for me, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is like showing the money is like appreciation for it. So often it's nothing more than an energy. And another question is, think about like, what is money anyway? So someone can put a guess to that. So when you think of it, money is nothing like air, breathing it in. And money, people sometimes they think of money, oh my God, I'm suffocating. They think money is like having to pay bills. So think of how money makes you feel. This is very important, to pay attention to those emotions that you can really shift in a second. And the third thing I'm talking about, like if you buy something, will it serve you, right? So ask those questions, you're buying things, or will it create money for you? When you think of like, so those are really good questions to ask. And stuff in the house is really good to have. Whether stuff own you, you can ask, do you want to own me or me own you? So sometimes people don't realize who own what. A house sometimes own people because people have to go and slave for it or certain other stuff. So it's very interesting. Or stuff that you have around the home, whether it's taking up space, it's not creating flow for you. Think of it, is this making me or serving me as well? So you can, if it's still making money and create, great. If not, if it's holding that space no longer stagnant, feel free to give it away or create money or trade it to make money with it. So the fifth one I was thinking about is like, what else? This is a good question to ask. What else can I create from here? What else can I create from here when you feel stuck? So those are really good words that you can use. And so now Sarah would have picked up somebody for me. And Sarah, who did you?
Sarah Michael?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay, so Christina.
Oops, sorry, Christina. Oh, Christina. So who did you pick the name for me to do some work on?
Christina.
Oh, Christina?
Yeah.
Ah, Christina. Let me find you on here. This is cool. Thank you.
I hope that's okay, Miss Christina.
Yay, Christina.
I would intuitively
All right,
go.
Christina or Christine's iPad? Is it Christina? Is there a Christina?
I don't know, hon. I just took a quick look. I wasn't ready for the
assignment. Okay, that was a Christine.
I only have Christine.
Oh, that's Christine, right?
Hi. You see me?
Awesome. All right, you're on the hot seat.
Oh my God.
This is cool. It's okay. It's perfectly safe. Sarah had one-on-one with me before. I don't bite. So this will be fun. So Christine get on the hot seat, but somebody on Evelyn when you picked up the name, put your name to it. So Evelyn, why are you on there? Or Maria on the live? Can you see who's physically on the live right now? Pick out a name. And just randomly pick out a name. So I'll do one live one as well and one on here. So Christine, so is this your first time?
Yep. Yes, I've been here before, but first time live.
Oh, first time live. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So this is cool. Unexpected. So I love to give surprises. So this is good. You can think of something to heal or what's going on with your money life or whatever it is. And why do you bring it up? And you can, if you're okay and comfortable, you can share it. If not, I can go in and see what emotion that needs to be healed. We can do that too. Or if, I had some people on here who were so anxious the other day and boom, 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 we clear it all. And everyone else on the Zoom got a good fix as well. So what is it, any particular area you like to look at, or you just say, hey, you know what, whatever you need to heal, heal me?
Well, heal me.
Okay, all right.
My debt. Okay. My husband's debt, my debt.
Okay. All right, so I want you to connect with an intention. You don't have to tell us, you don't have to tell me. Set up an intention. Now tune into that intention. Whatever the emotion that's holding around that time will be released this time. Whatever that's not serving you at this moment. And the, whose shoulder are tightening up? Breathing into that, releasing. Who is it? Out.
My husband. Aidan, my husband.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. So the emotion is blaming from age 10. So breathing into that, letting that go. One more breath. One more. And the emotion of dread at age 10. Does that ring a bell from age 10? Dread?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
Nice deep breath, breathing in, letting that go, noticing what's happening with your body right now. And think of a situation that still lingers from a child, as earliest you can remember. You don't have to tell me. Think of a situation that caused some fear, pain, anxiety, whatever that's causing for you. As soon as you can think of that, let me know.
Yeah, thinking of it.
Okay, so everyone who are watching, think of a situation that you wish to change. As soon as you get that, bring it up to screen. All right, so put a small button and make it really small to the corner of your eye. Imagine that shrinking right now. So everyone who are watching doing the same with me. Right now, I want in your mind to create a new scenario. Create a new scenario. Everyone's doing it. Create a new scenario from that, how you like it to be. Bring in the fragrance, the smell, who was there, where was it, what was the weather like. So the more element you can bring into it, the better. As soon as you grab that new image or new sets of videos on your mind replacing the old one, let me know.
Yeah, place them.
Got it? So every time you're going to hear me say, open your eyes. Every time you hear the word open your eyes, you're going to open your eyes and see the new image. Feeling it, seeing it, color, the better, more visual, 3D. Got it?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to do this for a full minute. Now open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Gonna go faster now. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Keep going. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes, 1, 2, 3, squish. Take a nice deep breath in, everyone. And breathe out. So how's the new image now? 50, 60, 70%, 80%? Where is it at?
50.
50. And do a little bit more. The more 3D, the more color you can put into it, bring in fragrance and smell, make it real. Remember, you can create this. Is it sharper now, clearer when you create it? Let me know when you have it.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit more. Here we go. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes. Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, squish. Open your eyes, close your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Squish, nice deep breath. Breathe in. How's it feeling right now?
Better.
Better?
More.
You have more control?
Yeah.
You good, or you want to do more?
No, good.
Yeah.
Better.
How's
Right.
it feeling?
Good here. Go down my back of my neck. Go
Feel
down.
it?
Yeah. Go down back of my neck. Warm here. Feeling lighter.
Much lighter. Beautiful. Yeah. Good. Delete it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Tired now.
Have a drink of water. You're going to go through a little detox. So have a drink of water. Amiro. Anyone else who participated in that, and how is that feeling for you?
Another way that you can start your version, and it is easier with an interview type of setup, and I'm saying interview, but you can have it.
Okay, anyone else want to say hi, and what was the experience?
Hi, Stephanie here. I'm trying to create a more pleasant living environment, and I felt more hopeful, and I felt the possibilities of that change after that exercise.
Good.
I didn't feel
Wonderful.
so defeated.
Good. Good. Anyone else want to say hi, and what was the experience like? Good, Candace. So do we pick up 95%? Yes, yes, good job. So on the live, did someone pick out someone for me? Otherwise, I'm going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And good. You know what? I'm going to do someone. No, Lindsay ever came on before. Okay, so let me, Ashley, you're it. So I'm gonna bring on one person live. Oops. Who's me? Malia. Sure, how do I do that? Okay, I share live video. Supposedly I'm adding you. I'm not sure how you can come on there. Just make a request to go live so I can add you. Okay, I don't know how. Okay, Maria Salsa, I'm just going to go and release for you, releasing humiliation from age 15. Breathe into that, letting it go. For some reason, I can't do live. And then fear from age 10. So that was Maria, letting that go. Awesome. I don't think I'm going to go. Hi, Gia.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. This is your first time with me, right? Live healing?
Second, I think.
Second time. What was that little experience for you? Were you participating?
Yes, yeah, it was awesome actually. I'm going through a bit of a transition at the moment, and I felt that it was helping me to just like let go of the old ways of making money to allow in different ways to bring it in. So that was nice. Thank you.
Good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the second portion, third, fourth portion here, and do some more clearing. And afterwards, I want to bring on a gentleman that helped. You know, we're all about wanting to become millionaire. God knows why we want to become millionaire. I know why. For me, I want to set up a lot of places of healing so people can come for healings in Vietnam. And my God, my list, I found my list of things that I want to do. There's a lot of money where I want to make a lot of money. Not that I can stuff my closet with more clothes, but there's so much. So when you think of money, right, think of what it can do. What sort of, I know what it can do. I mean, you know, it's awesome. Farmer market, I can spend and then prosper all these people just over a weekend, just like that. Take my daughter out, she can choose what she wishes and never have to say, hey, you know, we can't do that. So that's a wonderful thing. And there's many, many wonderful healers that's on here. Why we become healers. And some of the interesting about the process, I had a really amazing healer the other day, and he then they go, "Oh, you charge money doing this?" I say, "Yeah, I charge money doing this." They think, "Oh, you know, I'm healing, I'm gifted with this, I should be doing this for free. Who's gonna pay my bills? Who's gonna take care of all this?" So just think about, you know, a doctor, you go to him and, "Sorry, can you do it for free, even though you spend $500,000 in your schooling, so you can serve for free?" So a lot of that old mindset still in. And then, you know, healers for many centuries, for many lifetime, we have been abandoned, abuse, neglect, and beaten up to be a healer, and everything else, and money is considered all evil and all that. It's like crazy and wild. So knowing that is nothing more than in any exchange, we are exchanging our life to make and free people from their trauma and pain naturally without drugs or surgery. And that's the beauty of it, right? So so knowing that we pretty much, you know, we're here to service, and it's free, and normally we are getting paid for our time that we are serving. So that's the beauty of it. So we have to let go of that old belief about anything that's holding us back. So one of the exercise I'm going to get you guys to do is really on a physical paper and pen. Okay, those who are watching this, so you write down like, "Oh, my mom said I can't afford it," right? You can just cross that out. I say, "I can't afford it." Replace those phrases. So whatever the negative statement is, you handwrite down to put a cross to it, and then write the positive statement. And so yeah, another thing is just go ahead and type in some of the old belief. It's interesting. I'm going to share with some of the old belief here. So we kind of bring it up. It's good to clear what we don't know, and anything else that you're not hearing on here, I want you to add as well. Those who are watching live, type it in, some of your old belief, that what your parents thought about money. So this is a list of belief that was not serving a lot of people. I'm going to share it, and we're going to release it. And then I have, so now I'm going to, after this one here, I'm going to go ahead and create an affirmation to release the negative belief and programs for you guys. So with that, so yeah, so let's go ahead and just checking in. Number 333, you have been getting a lot of that. Like I got my bank yesterday, I had like $3,333 in there. And then now it's like 333, and like all this three is just popping up a lot. So it's like, this is all good. This is all good. So ready to, everyone who are watching, I hope you're not driving. I'm doing this clearing. So right now I'm doing a clearing of releasing all the negative belief and programs that you ever have. Never created. We're going to destroy and recreate it. So take a nice deep breath. Put your hands on your heart and one hand on your abdomen. So in accordance with the universal law of free choice, I'm asking File and Program Manager to do a file scan and file search for the followings. Go through all the conscious and subconscious minds, operating files and files folders in archive files, backup files, timeline files, database file, denial files. I recognize now that I am under the delusions and belief which I accepted as a child, that I was not entitled to money, that I do not deserve money, that I'm not able to accept wealth, that money is dirty, money is all the root of all evil, money doesn't grow on trees, we never have enough money, so don't ask. Save your money for rainy days, you may need it. You must work hard for money. I can't keep money when I receive it. I don't want to struggle and fight for money. Money creates pain and anguish. I must be very careful and guard my money, or I will lose it. When I get money, someone's always trying to take it from me. I can't be happy without money, so I will never be happy. Money is freedom, and I can't keep money, so I will never have freedom from worry because I never have enough. Money can buy health and happiness, but I never have enough money, so I will never be happy. If I really tried to make money, I would fail. So why try? This is a good one. Spiritual people are not entitled to money. Rich people are lucky. They always get the breaks. I do not want to be identified with those greedy, grasping rich people. These are realizing all these statements, whether that you never have enough monies or you have to work hard, all of this, let's go and breathe it in and just throw it all out. Knowing that these are all false, erroneous belief, concept, and programs that I have accepted as true. In accordance with the universal law of free choice and the law of right action, I'm asking my highest self and file program manager to collect all the files, capture, quarantine, and remove an infinite number of these false and erroneous programs, pattern and records, belief, concept, and attitude, and interpretations. Delete, erase, and destroy all the operating instructions, system, and programs. Put them in the trash bin or the garbage can. Lock them up, and so they will never affect me again. Send them to the immediate disposal now and put them in the incinerator. I know now I'm entitled to money. I can accept money, own it. I deserve money. I accept that spiritual people are entitled to wealth. I am entitled to wealth and riches of life. I can keep money, invest it wisely, and benefit from my investment. Install this program in all the files now. Repeat after me. Thank you for your help. I'm loving myself. I'm loving myself and forgiving myself for holding these false, erroneous beliefs. Take a nice deep breath. Embracing all the new belief that it's easy to create money. I create my life doing what I love. The more I prosper others, and the more others prosper me. Breathing that in, feeling what's true, and letting that out. Great. I had the list that was created. This is that one. So good. So checking in, how's everyone feeling on the live and how are you feeling on here before we move into the next segment?
Suddenly, you start to explode the number of ways you can.
Okay, thoughts, feelings, comment.
My ears.
Okay, ears, who's that? So what's happening with ears?
Me ears.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
I'm listening.
My ears coming out. I don't know, funny. It's like something was leaving my ears, like I had a headache and it was leaving out my ears.
Good. So some of that probably been screamed at when you were a child about money, or sometimes you ask for money and you get screamed in the ear that, oh, you know who you think you are. So good, awesome. Anyone else? Oops.
Here. These are.
Anyone else? Thoughts, feelings? I've been in fear for weeks while preparing for my taxes that would owe 10,000 debt IRS. So I joined last group and left more aware of my language. So today I learned I'm getting back $200 and he doesn't have debt. Woohoo!
Yay.
So someone was see how we shifted. So I want to share you something awesome too. So when I do this stuff, I'm very mindful what I have. So recently, this is a private group loan. So I had IRS. I did an audit, and we did not put in one of our investment, whatever that was. So they think they're going to get $11,000 back. And I said, I calmly think, I said, you know what, let me go and fix this. And so I went through the process, getting all rechecked. And instead of me owing that $11,000, someone made a mistake in my tax last year because they added something that I shouldn't have. Instead, I'm getting back twice the amount that was supposed to owe to them. So knowing that we have all this fear that we have to really observe and watch our language. So when I start shifting, I'm pretty calmly about it. I have every confidence, and I'm getting a lot back this year as well. So when you think of it, when you think of taxes, don't mind paying them, because when you're paying taxes, meaning you're making money. And if you are not owning your own business, think about it. So there's many opportunities. So this next segment, I wanted to, let me do one more clearing. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can pull someone out from the light. So, okay, I know you powerful emotional release thing. See if I can get these people on. So there's, for the people who are live, there is a request. I can bring you on live, but for some reason I can't get you on live. So I can do one more on here. I'm going to go ahead and do one mini mo here. And oops, Stephanie Santos. Oops, okay. Lawrence. Let me go ahead and unmute Robert. Hi, Robert. This is all brand new for you, isn't it?
Yes, very brand new. Thank you. I'm enjoying it.
So what have you noticed within you, even though you create millions? I've helped people who create millions, and yet I have one gal that was making good money at the time. And one of her thing was, if I make more money, I might lose it all. And I traced it back for her was her dad was a gambler. They grow up with lots of money, but when they do have lots of money, he just can lose like that. When I start clearing that, that's amazing. She's making
Yes.
like $500,000 a year now. She's making like $50K a month now from $5,000. So it's amazing what more level you can shift and beyond more, as you know, because it's every layer is every layer, there's always layers and layers. And as I'm shifting, I can see it's crazy. By correcting all this energy and releasing this emotion that we hold through about money, clear your money, clear your relationship. I had somebody actually open up her heart wall, feeling so much love again after the money clearing. Her son at 4 spoke of certain language he never spoke before. And just is amazing of how it helps. But what do you notice? What do you experience, or am I supposed to?
I'm glad I got on here early, so I got to see the whole thing. The importance of words. You know, we know that thoughts are things, and you just brought it back to me that when I met my first mentors, how they made me understand that the words that came out of my mouth allowed the universe to use them against me. So I would always say the words, I can't afford it, or I don't have the money, or I'm broke. Same stuff, different day. And you just brought it back to me on how important it is that our thoughts and our words can either lift us up or keep us the same or put us down. Sometimes we're our worst enemy. So you brought that back to my attention, and I will definitely bring that back to my other students and clients immediately.
Yes, thought do become things, and I use the same process to restore my knowledge and my health as well. So it's amazing how we can start changing our language and start shifting our energy, because I like this. I have, this was, spelling, let me see. Oh, okay. This was good. Okay, words cast spells. That's why they call it spelling. Choose your thoughts and words wisely.
Wow. That's good.
How we can cuss with our language, or we can use it to change. With the next segment, I would like to introduce you, Robert. Robert have created or helped created 50 millionaires of anyone else about mindset, social media. He is entitled to all of that. And I'm lucky to have him as my mentor. I'm so excited to have him on. And I like for him to share some tips of how you created your first $1 million and what ways that people can start creating even though they never have a clue where to start. I'm super excited to have you on, Mr. Robert, and thank you so much for coming on. It's such a pleasure. And then for the people that are watching live right now, can you hear? Okay, go ahead, and you are on. Speak up.
Well, thank you very much, Hugh. I very enjoyed this, and there was a couple of paradigms that I think that really shifted for me that just allowed money to come to me in quantities that I didn't ever think that I could make. And one of those biggest paradigms was one of my first mentors told me, he said, why do you think this is difficult? And I went, well, because making money is hard. You got to work really, really hard. And he's going, no, you do not. You have to create with love. And I went, what? So he, again, like you are doing with people here, is he changed my thoughts that if you're creating love, then you have abundance. So he says, stop thinking about the money that you can make. Where would you give the money? If money came to you, where would you give the money right now? And I said, I don't know. And he said, that's your problem. So I immediately picked out a couple of orphanages that I found. And I just said, if abundance of money comes to me, I'm going to be obedient and I'm going to give that money to those orphans. I grew up as an orphan. And so immediately when I started making a commitment to Michael and Angel that have this orphanage, it was amazing how many people came to me out of nowhere on social media and said, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I would tell them and they said, I'm looking for this. And all of a sudden the amount of money that came to me was so much in abundance that I needed to say, listen, I opened up this channel to get this school built in India, and that's where the money goes. And within 2 years, I went from, giving 10% of my money to giving 90% of my money. And all of a sudden, my income went from, 6 figures a year to 6 figures a week. And that's when I started going every year now. What I do, Hugh, is I write down the children that I'm going to serve with the abundance that comes to me. And this did something else for me as a shift. It also made me understand that we're supposed to be grateful. We're supposed to have gratefulness in what we have. So I felt a shift for me because I was grateful for everything that I had. So then if you're grateful, then why do you need more? So you say, well, I would like extra money, but I don't need extra money. I have a pretty good life. Well, what if it's not for you? What if it's for others? And one other shift I'll share with you is that a person said this to me, and because of my religious background when I first got into this, is he said that, listen, has anyone ever helped you? And I said, yeah. And he says, well, that's the universe empowering angels on this planet to help you. And I went, what? And he goes, Robert, the universe can use you to make dreams and miracles come true for other people. And I never looked at myself as an individual that the universe or God, whatever you call it, could use to help me help other people. And the last thing I'll share is that the children, there's an orphanage that I have now that has 1,200 students. They shelter over 600 children there, school for like 1,200. And recently I helped them online, teaching them how to create things that they could with their hands to make extra money. And the kids did what I told them. They took everything they could find and they made greeting cards out of it. And then what they did is they went out and sold those greeting cards. And so I had told them that, you know, like the richest man in Babylon, that the first money they have to give. And I get this incredible gift with a bunch of cards from kids from India. And in the cards was $55. And they took the money that they made and gave it back to me. And I asked them why. And they said, because we knew that you could multiply it.
Oh my goodness.
So to have orphans send me money from me teaching them and taking care of them, there's a whole different level of joy and fulfillment if you allow yourself to think about others instead of yourself.
Yeah, and this past week in Vietnam, well, there's a monastery that needing some money as I'm sending back my regular money to my in-laws and stuff, and say, well, add this extra for this place. And when I start doing that more, which I always have, but it's amazing that I love the phrase, the more I prosper others, the more others prosper me.
See, I'm learning to receive. That was hard for me to accept $55 from some orphans in India. It was like, I'm going like, man,
so with that $55, you can start an account for them and they can make money with that, grow more. Whoa, that's awesome.
Well, I used the $55 for Facebook advertising to drive more people to the the donation page.
That's amazing. Awesome. Yay. So yeah, give us some tips. I know you're a guru on social media, and I know we have a few people on here that own a business or like to own one. And how can they use social media to their advantage? And then I know you have a wonderful book you sent to me that I'm going to gift all the people that are watching and wanting this wonderful book. What's the title of that book? Again?
How is that working?
How's that working? Okay.
Yeah.
And how you made your first $1 million or something?
Yep.
Okay. So, okay. Right. You hear that? I'm going to send off. Those who want to receive that, message me down there. I want to receive how I earned my first $1 million and how's that working for you book. Link as well. And then, yes, so share with us some wonderful tips how I myself and the rest of the gang here who want to create using social media, how to use to our best advantage.
The one thing that you got to consistently think about is if you give more than anybody else, you receive more than anybody else. The book that Hue is going to give each one of you is a book that sells for, I think, $16 on Amazon. It's an Amazon bestseller. But the way that I track people and track tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people to me is I'm consistently giving things of value away that can help another person. And so a lot of people are trying to figure out how they can get this audience or this large group of people to follow you. And you just have to come from the mindset that you got to be an incredible giver. So I've given away tens of thousands of my book for free when most people would want to use that as a profit center. I use that to get people to know, like, and trust me. And then they ask to be a part of my group. And I also give away courses for free. And that's how you get hundreds of thousands of people to follow you. And that would be my tip, is everybody gets up every day going, you know, how can I sell stuff online instead of how can I build a large audience by giving something away that can go viral. So that is the biggest tip. You'll see the people that have the largest influence on the internet or all social medias are the people that give the most. They really give the most. And I know this is probably a bad example, but the Kardashians allow you into a lot of their lives, and people vicariously live through their lives, and they're giving that up. And that's why they have 40 million people following. And so now that they got that large influence, if they talk about a makeup or whatever, then virtually tens of thousands of people buy the product that makes them crazy money, but they're giving of their lives. I wouldn't like to do that, but you know, people follow them around on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook like crazy because they're just doing things all the time. So
Right. Yeah. My daughters are fans of a few of those, and I've taken them to the YouTubers. I've seen them, and then I'm taking them to see Taylor Swift.
yay.
Yes, I'm paid for all three of us to go and see Taylor Swift. It's a dream come true. So it's like I'm going to be in a stadium of 50,000 people. So she is a dedicated fan of Taylor Swift. Everything that Taylor Swift come out, she's pre-purchased it, know exactly when and what CD. So I said, yep, that's where so Taylor Swift and her fan through my kids, and my son will support somebody who can't sing, but I support him because I know someone who might not support him. It hurt my ears, but then he, with his own heart, he just wanted to support this kid because he's trying.
Yes.
And I thought that was so sweet. So that is such a valuable tips. And for those people, yes, I'm going to go, for those are the one that's on here and the Facebook Live, we're going to go ahead. And it is not by giving that, okay, let's see. It is not by giving that you empty your hands, but to receive. Okay, one of the messages said, okay, yeah. Yeah, because when you start giving freely, when you giving without expectation is allowing. And I realized even sometime for this sessions, typically $600, but I do a group, so I charge $50 for a lot. For me, $50 is not that much a big deal, but I know for people like you say from India, I have people from India. I don't know how long it have taken them to accumulate $50. Who would pay when I know that person who like, this is probably like a week worth of salaries just to do this 1 hour with me.
Yes.
And immediately after she got promoted to another job that paid twice as much.
Yep.
So knowing that investment that she, and I know I spend this year more than my investment. You're supposed to spend, okay, 5% of what you earn for your education. I think 20%. I think I spent like $2,000 already on Tony Robbins, and more than what I think. But you know, in the end, it's worth it. I walked here, and that was really good. Just be in the energy of 12,000 people, and it's kind of like a lot of repeating stuff, but it's really good to affirm to be in the right state of mind and hang around like-minded people, because that will start shifting your money conscious. And what I learned about it, you are the 5 people that you hang around.
Correct.
You are the 5 people that you hang around. And if you choose, you don't want to be the richest people in the poorest neighborhood. You want to be the poorest people in the richest neighborhood.
Yes.
And back in Vietnam, I guess we were the richest people in the poorer neighborhood. But here, I think we're in a pretty good neighborhood. You know, people fly to work and people own airplanes, and I think that's pretty good. People play golf, you know, so it's not too bad. I'm loving it. So those are some of the tips.
Well, Hugh, I apologize. I have to go at 5.
Go ahead. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna
bless me. You bless me.
And
you bless me so much. So thank you.
Knowing that this energy is running wild and crazy and still going, so hydrate yourself. Anything good is good. Anything. So yeah. So just thank you.
Thank you, and blessing to all the people that watch this. Follow this lady. She's got a beautiful heart.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm going to unpin.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now. All right. I'm just going to end recording here. Oops. And recording. How do I end that? Oops. Pause.